That's Rita I know.
Man, well, it's gonna have it go. Nobody,
Hold
anybody
on,
want to read it?
I'm recovering from the flu now. Don't be trying to get me to read. What y'all trying to get me to read?
All right,
All
If
right.
all else
all right.
fails, I'll read.
Yeah, we got
Voice that
camera.
was
Though.
that
Like
voice
my
was deep.
grandson said he'll read. Don't play with him.
Okay. All right, y'all. All right, let's get this going on. Let's get this going on. Be back, y'all. We live now. So, yeah, we back, and this is we finished the book of John last week. We finished that. So now there's a new book that we're gonna be on, and it's gonna be the book of Jonah. It's a short book, but it's a very powerful book. Very, very powerful. What's going on, Slick? What's going on, brother?
Hey, how you doing?
Man, all is well, all is well, all is well. Like I said, we're reading the book of Jonah. And mind y'all, this interactive. So anybody have there's no crazy or no wrong question. You know, sometimes people don't want to ask questions. They be like, because they think it's out of pocket. Nah, God is not. God already know your thoughts. He know where it's coming from. So and His word is already there. Well, not, so we could do. I'll give you the answer for what you're looking for. It's always there. Oh, so we reading the book of Jonah. Reading the book of Jonah. But before we read that, I was talking to Brother Lloyd earlier, and we was talking about hindrance. Talking about hindrance. The things that hinder us. The things that hinder us. And I just want y'all to think about that before we go into reading the book of Jonah, the things that hinder us or whatnot. And why are we hindered? Is it because of us? Because we're not doing something that God said, hey, this is the way that we're doing it? Or do you sometimes think it's God not letting that happen for you? Because you got to think God works in the order of operation. He has his system on how he works and how things get answered. So I want y'all to think about that. And we're gonna see a clear picture of this in the book of John. It's like it's gonna stick out like a sore thumb. Y'all gonna be like, oh my God, look at this. For anyone who has read the book of John, is something that was short, sweet, but it's so powerful. So let me pull up my Bible right quick. Then we could go to this. Get this going on. Anybody before we get there, before I get this book, anybody eat anything interesting today? No?
Ate anything interesting?
Yeah, had any food. I know somebody had no crawfish. I know one of y'all probably had crawfish today. I didn't
You
love
know, I
crawfish.
was trying to go get it, but I ain't get it.
All right, here we go. Let me get to it. All right, so I'm gonna read from and I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna have it, like I said, y'all know how to do. I have it in NLT and in King James, but I read it from the NLT because I have it on the Android phone and I can see both of the verses. It's parallel to each other. All right, let me go there. We gonna get this ball rolling. All right, here we go, y'all. Starting off, Jonah, chapter 1, verse 1. The Lord gave this message to Jonah, son of Amittai. Get up and go to the great city of Nineveh. Announce my judgment against it because I have seen how wicked its people are. Now, mind y'all probably heard of the city of Nineveh. It was a great city at that time, or not, right? And so actually, they have a guy named Expedition Bible, and he actually just recently explored that city overnight, and you could see things, items from when that city was built over that, you know, the same exact area, y'all. Like it's crazy, like it's so crazy that it's there or not. But it's also a good thing, so you could see it. I think they
Where is
found
it
like
located, Terrell?
it's somewhere east, but it's from, I think, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around Syria over that, I think, around
Okay.
that way. So, but this was a mighty city, yo. This city had like these guys, like they were about it like Master P and them. They was winning wars and all type of stuff. They have books on the city of Nineveh. But they did something that most people don't do in the Bible that you see. They repented. They listened and they repented. They're like, oh no, we ain't going that way. We gonna listen. Let me go to verse 3. But verse 3, but Jonah got up and went in the opposite direction to get away from the Lord. He went down to the port of Joppa, where he found a ship leaving for Tarshish. He bought a ticket and went on board, hoping to escape from the Lord by sailing to Tarshish. Wrong answer, Jonas. How many times we try to run from God? And I have. I try to run from God. Anybody
Yeah,
else try to run from God?
Think
Yeah.
we all.
yeah, I
Like
think we have.
yeah, like we running. Like you can't run when he has an assignment on you. It's gonna be done. Whatever the assignment is gonna be, whether it's now or later, it's gonna be done. How well it's done, that's another question. But we can't, it's no such thing as running from God when He calls you, especially. He called them. He went to him. He went to Jonah and said, "Hey, you, Jonah, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna go tell them this. You need to give them a message." Jonah was like, "Man, I'm out of there." He said, and I'm go. So, so he heard this from God. It's similar when you think about it. It's like, man, bro, that voice must have been very, very powerful because it scared him. That's what it was. Jonah was scared. He was
Hmm.
so scared. He didn't want to go, this little guy himself, go and tell his king of Nineveh. Nineveh was a great city. That's like him going to tell Putin right now, hey, man, if you don't change the way what you're doing, man, God going to kill you. Or the dude Ching, in China. Like somebody who stay in a village goes give them a message. Man, I'm not going to tell that dude nothing. That dude going to kill me, man. You think I'm going to do that? Nah, I don't think I have the capacity to do that. So, in verse 4. But the Lord heard a powerful wind over the sea, causing a violent storm that threatened to break the ship apart. 5. Fearing for their lives, the desperate sailors shouted to, to their gods for help and threw the cargo overboard to lighten the ship. Mind you, as Jonah is on the ship, y'all, they went on ahead and they threw the stuff over. They praying to their God. So that goes to show you right there, people having different gods at that time frame. They would not. You see that? Like,
This
what's up? What's up, blessings? People got different guys at that time during that time frame. So
hey.
and so you have the siren God, the creator, the most high God. They ain't got these little guys overnight. You see that they praying to their God. But watch what they do, y'all. Keep this up. I thought it was so funny. We got somebody poking us. Oh, verse 5. Fearing for their lives, desperate sailors shouted to their gods for help and threw the cargo overboard to lighten up the ship. But all this time, Jonah was sound asleep, down in the hold. Who else was asleep on the boat before when they had the storm going on?
Jesus,
Y'all, y'all
Jesus,
remember that?
Mm.
Look at the parallel.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Jesus was, yeah.
parallel. Christ
Hmm.
was asleep. He out. He was calm. Verse 6. So the captain went down after him. How can you sleep at a time like this? He shouted. Get up and pray to your God. Oh my God. Maybe he will pay attention to us and spare our lives. Look at that. They told him, hey, you pray to your God. And maybe he was spells or not. So y'all see how the enemy at the time he had operations, different operations. So there's a war between God and enemy always been going on, y'all. Always been going on. These people believe in different things, X, Y, and Z or whatnot. And now they crying out to their God and it's not helping. It's not helping them. They are looking for them. We need help, bro. Somebody come save us. Verse 7. Then a crew cast lots to see which of them had offended the gods and caused a terrible storm. When they did this, the lots identified Jonah as the culprit. Ain't that something? They
Yeah.
drew like they're like, hey man, how? So pretty much they went to the spirits and they're like, hey, who did this? Who did this? They're like, man, who did this? And then, hey, it was Jonah. It was Jonah. So verse 8.
No, this baby
Why
sleep.
has why has this awful storm come down on us? They demanded. Who are you? What is your line of work? What country are you from? What is your nationality? Look at that. Look at all the questions they asked. They asked them, who are you? What type of work you do? Where you come from? And what is your nationality?
Hmm.
Storm had to be bad for them to be acting
Now,
like that.
mind y'all, because the storm is bad. The storm is this is causing havoc. And look at this: when somebody is around you, right? When someone else has something going on in their life, that could spare off and affect you also. Y'all see that? Y'all
That
see
is
how?
so true. That is true.
Y'all see that? Y'all see how Jonah jumped on the boat. He went over there by them in the midst of them and causing havoc in their life. How many
Yeah.
people? That's why they say, watch the people who are around you or not. Because some people could come into your life or not, and they're gonna cause havoc, and you don't know how they started happening. You're like,
Yeah.
man, what is coming from? I don't. This not even part of me, man. This
Yep.
not even part of me at all. And they trying. But one thing they doing, they trying to figure it out. Just like we do. We gonna try to figure it out. Like, bro, man, who did it? You going in prayer or whatnot. What I'm doing, show me what's wrong or whatnot. And then we get out, he always comes through and give you the answer. Verse 9. Jonah answered, I am the Hebrew, and I worship the Lord, the God of heaven, who made the sea and the land. But in verse 9 it says, and he said unto them, I am the Hebrew, and I fear the Lord, the God of heaven, which had made the sea and the dry land. Verse 10 in the NLT. The sailors were terrified when they heard this, for he had already told them he was running away from the Lord. Oh, why did he do it? They groaned. So look at that. From Jonah actions, right? From Jonah actions, it's affecting them that much. Now they on a boat and it's in the storm. They got the winds going on. It's going wild, right? So they are affected by that. They are affected by Jonah's actions. How many times have we been affected by other people's actions?
Mm.
Other people's actions. You have to be mindful of your company.
Preach.
Yeah. You got to be mindful of your company. You need discernment, man. Because sometimes, man, them jokers will come pull up on you and you don't even know what's going on. You don't even, in the line of work that I do, that happen all the time. Somebody get charged with something and their homeboy go to jail, too, not even knowing. Not even knowing.
Association.
Yeah, you're guilty by association. That's what they say. And that's an example of this. This is what God is saying. I'm looking for him. But God is so sovereign and so powerful, everything else gonna get affected. But this is actually gonna help them in the matter of this. This is gonna help them, and we'll see this. So, verse 11. And since what's up, Yanni? 11. And since the storm was getting worse all the time, they asked him, what should we do to you to stop the storm? So they're like, what we gonna do to stop this storm, yo? They trying to get this thing. They trying to rectify this. And now, mind you, they don't know the Most High God. They worship the God that they still worship or whatnot. Verse 12. Throw me in the sea, Jonah said, and it will become calm again. I know that this terrible storm is all my fault. 13. Instead, the sailors rowed even harder to get the ship to land, but the stormy sea was too violent for them, and they couldn't make it. 14. Then they cried out to the Lord. Look at that, y'all. Jonah's God. They stopped worshiping their God and they went to the real Most High God.
That
Now
sounds
watch
like
what.
the thing they did.
That's what they did. Yeah,
Mhm.
they're like, oh man, you know what? How many times be like, hey, we going the way that we going? They're like, man, you know what, bro? Let me go to God, bro. Man, look, man, this is what's going on, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's the same thing that we do. It's so funny when you look at these verses. It's pointing to us as people right now and what we have experienced or currently going through. It's like God is pointing at us like, hey, this is y'all. This is y'all. This is nothing new. It's under the sun. This is all going on. 14. Then they cried out to the Lord Jonah's God. Oh Lord, they pleaded, don't make us die for this man's sin. And don't hold us responsible for his death, O Lord. You have sent the storm upon him for your own good reason. So they recognized this and they went on ahead and they started talking to God. They're like, bro, man, we ain't do this. I ain't, it's like, I ain't do this. Jonah did this, bro. He got to take his lick. you know, like, man, give it all out. But it's so great of an issue that Jonah didn't do that. God, like, I'm coming through and I'm affecting everybody. But lo and behold, it turns out that hey, they started worshiping God. So it actually worked for their good. But what we get at is still sometimes that, bro, be mindful of your company. Because if you're not mindful of your company, that's how it affects you. They can come around and have a great effect on your life and do some damage.
Mm-hmm.
Might not kill you, but they'll do some damage, get some damage out you. Get some nice little damage out you. Man, who? I always hung by myself. I ain't gonna
Mm.
talk to my cousin. Oh no, I seen it. You ain't had to tell me twice. I don't know about y'all. Y'all ain't had to tell me twice. Oh no, sir. It ain't gonna happen. I see it. Not even knowing that this was in the Bible. Seeing it. Verse 15. Then the sailors picked up Jonah and threw him in the raging sea, and the storm stopped at once. Mind you, look at this. I gotta read this again. Then the sailors picked up Jonah and threw him into the raging sea, and the storm stopped at once. So what I'm getting from that is this. God said, okay, you disobeyed, right? That's a sin, right? So now I'm coming, you gotta pay your wages. And you know what the wages was? Sin went
Death.
looking for Jonah, right?
Death.
It was raging, it was mad. It's doing what it needed to do. Hey, somebody gotta pay the price for this. Jonah, you gotta pay the price for this, buddy. This sin, it is coming for payday overnight. But you see, when it got payday, i.e. Jonah getting in the water, it went calm. It went calm, y'all. It went calm. When Jonah went on ahead and paid the price overnight, it went calm. It says it. Then the sailors picked up Jonah and threw him into the raging sea, and the storm stopped at once. The sea was on the raging because it wanted Jonah disobeyed God. So it's like, hey, bro, you got to pay the cost.
Mm.
So it's like, man, you pay for the wages, wages, the wages of sin, right? Is that that's what they said. That's what the Bible said, right? So
Yeah.
what that's getting at is saying that it could be physical and spiritual. You're gonna pay for what you do with that. You're gonna take your lick, or
Yeah.
this great, small, or whatever. You're gonna take your lick over that. Let's continue. 16. The sailors were all awestruck by the Lord's great power, and they offered him a sacrifice and vowed to serve him. Boy, look at that.
Mhm.
They saw somebody. They saw he came looking. He couldn't let it go. Let it go untouched. He came looking. And like, man, sometimes y'all also this. Man, this is so powerful, y'all. Like these scriptures, man, it's so powerful and it points to so many different things in different ways. Is that they said, I gotta read 16 again. The sailors were awestruck by the Lord's great power, and they offered him a sacrifice and vowed to serve him. So what that's saying
Mm.
right there is that, man, sometimes people can see what you're going through, they could hear your story. That's why it's always important to hear from the horse's mouth.
Mm.
Horse's mouth, people's situation, what they have going on with that. And you see how they made it through their situation. And man, and that's why they say, man, people get saved just by looking at the way that, how your life is, knowing your story. Might not even maybe even know the Lord or not. They could be so awed by your story or whatnot. It's like, damn, man, I want that. I want me see it right there. Man, them people didn't know the most high God. Them people like, man, boy, your God powerful, boy. We serving him. We saw what he could do. One, he came looking for you. And then after that, we saw what happened when we put you in the water and went, come, oh my God,
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm.
need to be on this side. I need to follow this guy right here. So y'all, you gotta remember that when you walk with Christ, you're a light. You are a light and whatnot. And people are always watching. Your walk or whatnot and your experience also, because experience is the best teacher and your testimony you're giving it to people. That may save some folks. So you may not even or change their heart now, or open the door like, man, you know what, bro, I'm gonna try this. If this working for him, why it can't work for me? So that happens. 17. Now the Lord had arranged for a great fish to swallow Jonah. And Jonah was inside the fish for 3 days and 3 nights. All right, y'all. Let's get done. This is the bread and butter right here. Now, you ready? You ready, Miss Mitchell? Here you go right here. Now the Lord had, all right, y'all. Now the Lord had prepared a great fish to swallow up Jonah. And Jonah was in the belly of the fish for 3 days and 3 nights. Let me ask y'all a question. Jonah went in the fish, right? Where y'all
Mm.
think Jonah went? Y'all think Jonah stood alive? Like, or what y'all think happened to Jonah? when he went in the belly of the fish for 3 days. And say he went in there 3 days and 3 nights. What y'all think happened?
He probably was alive. God
Yeah,
probably
he was
wanted to
alive.
scare him.
No, Jonah went to hell, y'all.
Ma, you didn't let everybody else answer.
What y'all think? Anyone else think that he was alive? Or what y'all think?
I
He
think
was
he.
I
I
think
alive.
he
think he
was
was.
alive.
I think he was the same way. Like in other books, like where Daniel was in the lion's den,
Mm,
same type of thing, where he was still alive like that. So
okay.
God shows you in
Okay.
books how they can kind of stay alive miraculously.
Okay. All right. I like that. All right, bro. You have a good one. I like that. All right, let's read and see. Let's see what happens. I like those. I like those answers. I like that. Chapter 2, verse 1. Then Jonah prayed to the Lord his God from inside the fish. He said, I cry out to the Lord in my great trouble, and he answered me. I called to you from the land of the dead. Now, where's the land of the dead?
Hmm.
If you look at King James, it's gonna say something different. Uh in King James it said, I cried by reason of my affliction unto the Lord, and he heard me. Out of the belly of hell I cried.
Oh, he did.
All right, brother. And thou hearest my voice. Jonah was in hell, y'all. You gotta think about it. So he in the belly of the fish, right? He in the belly. Can we even swim 50 feet down and don't die?
No.
That makes sense.
You know,
Yeah,
we
that
gonna go
makes
unconscious,
sense.
y'all. We out of there. We physical overnight. We are out of there overnight. So, and you think, man, that's a well. Well, all right, maybe he got coating protection or whatever. But when that well goes so deep, it's like, man, I don't know if physically our body could withstand that. But also that well is swimming in the water. That water go in and out of that well. You like a fishbowl inside that belly. You're literally like a fishbowl. So he's literally in hell. I'm gonna continue to read verse 3. You threw me up, you threw me into the depths, into the ocean depths, and I sank down to the heart of the sea. The mighty waters engulfed me. I was buried beneath your wild and stormy waves. That's what it said in NLT. Now I'm gonna read it from King James. For thou had cast me into the deep, in the midst of the sea, and the floods compassed me about, and thy billows and thy waves passed it over me. Verse 4 from NLT. Then I said, O Lord, you have driven me from your presence. Yet I will look once more toward your holy temple. How can he look towards the temple? And he in the belly, he down there in hell.
Hmm.
His mind is focused on Christ the whole time. He
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm focused on you. Even though I'm in this situation, even though I'm down here, I am focused on you. This is not gonna keep me away from you. This is not gonna keep me away from you. I don't care where I'm at. I'm gonna stay focused on you. Verse 5. I sank beneath the waves, and the waters closed over me. Seaweed wrapped itself around my head. Verse 6 from the NLT. I sank down to the very root of the mountain. I was imprisoned in the earth, whose gates locked shut forever.
Hmm.
But you, O Lord, my God, snatched me from the jaws of death. I'm gonna read 6 in the King James. I went down to the bottoms of the mountains. The earth with her bars was about me forever. Yet
Hmm.
hast thou bought up my life from corruption. Oh Lord, my God, that boy was in
Hmm.
hell. But that goes to show you, some people are like, man, hell not real, X, Y, and Z. Nah, it is. Jonah's telling you. You got a lot of other stories that it is. He's telling you. Now his experience is different. Some people they have different parts of it. Like some people be in certain parts or other parts. But Jonah's saying, hey, I am at the depths, I am at the bottom of the mountains, the roots of the bottom of the mountain. They say that every mountain, come from out the water and rise up or whatnot. So I'm like,
Yeah.
man, that's deep. That's deep. This guy is in hell. So I always like to point that out and let people know, like, hey, when Jonah went in the belly, he went to hell for 3 days, whatnot. I.e. the same as Christ. And it's so parallel to Christ, y'all. These scriptures be pointing to Christ in so many different ways, bro. So many different ways, y'all. Verse 7 from the NLT. As my life was slipping away, I remembered the Lord, and my earnest prayer went out in your holy temple. Those who worship false gods. turn their backs on all God's mercies. But I will offer sacrifice to you with songs of praise, and I will fulfill all my vows. For my salvation comes from the Lord alone.
Hmm.
Then the Lord ordered the fish to spit Jonah out onto the beach. Look,
Wow.
so let's put this picture together. So he's down there in hell, right? Whatever part that he was in. It seemed like he wasn't getting attacked by no demons and nothing. He down there and he thinking about, he down, he like, cause hell could be you down there and you you in complete
Going through
oblivion, you know, no contact, no nothing, however. And I'm telling people like, hey, it's different levels for different folks. Wherever you go, wherever, we got a spot for everybody. We're not gonna make it. It's different parts of it. We're not until you get cast in the lake of fire. But that's additional. But that shows like, hey, but he's thinking about God, and he like, bro, he said, I will in verse 9, but I will offer sacrifice to you with songs of praise, and I will fulfill all my vows, for my salvation comes from the Lord alone. But that goes to show you, y'all, in the midst of things right there, you always give God his praise, y'all. Praises confuses the enemy every time, even in bad situations. And Jonah down bad. He didn't listen. God gonna say, man, you didn't listen. You didn't listen to me, and this is what you gotta pay, y'all. And he's taking his lick. But he said, but God's so merciful, man, he heard his praise from hell. Heard his praise, y'all. He heard his praise. Man, that's how merciful he is. But also that goes to say, but in the midst of things, we have to you continue to praise God. Continue. Never, wither with or whatnot. Because praises confuse the enemy.
Don't it kind of make you think about the verse where God said, if his people will stop and repent and ask for forgiveness and pray, then he will hear from heaven and he will heal
Yeah.
the land. It kind of runs into that.
Hey
hmm
man,
Yeah. You are, Ms. Mitchell, you are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. You know what? And it's simple. It's like he tells us how to do it.
Yep.
We're just hard headed. We just want to do things the way we said. We won't do it our way.
Yeah, I told Terrell a joke. We was talking about Jonah earlier, and I told him Jonah is the grandpa of the cousins. Because we all filing Jonah lead. We don't
Hard
listen.
headed. We don't
We
listen.
don't listen.
We do not listen, y'all. And at some point, and y'all notice that in the Bible, you see only a few who actually stand, who like Enoch, you know, Elijah, who really, really like Christ, who really, really listen. Now you mean to tell me out of all these billions of people, only a
Mhm.
handful? Boy, we got a problem.
Hmm.
Oh, we are something else. But hey, you are our merciful Father, and you love us. And that goes back to Christ. And like, hey, that's why he did it. He knows us. He knows what's going on with us. So that always blows my mind. These scriptures literally run back to Christ. Always run back to say. All right, so we can yeah, we gonna read 3 and 4, y'all, because they really short. And we'll just go to the next book that we got in line. Verse 3. I know chapter 3, I'm sorry. Verse 1. Jonah goes to Nineveh. Then the Lord spoke to Jonah a second time. Get it? Now, mind you, y'all see this, right? Now, he didn't came up out the belly of the fish, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know? No, Jonah, man, y'all can imagine him coming up on sea or whatnot, coming up from under that thing, all
Hmm.
fresh.
He
He
probably
in the
was so
dead.
distraught.
Hmm.
He thought he crazy himself, yo. He,
Mm-hmm.
he tripped. He like, oh my God. Hey, man, what I gotta go do? I'm going to do it right now. I ain't stopping. I'm going to do it. So let me go to it. Oh, my bad. Y'all was muted, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. All right. So let's start with 3. Jonah goes to Nineveh. Then the Lord spoke to Jonah a second time. Get up and go to the great city of Nineveh and deliver the message I have given you. This time Jonah obeyed the Lord's command and went to Nineveh, a city so large that it took 3 days to see it all. It's a big place, y'all. Y'all can look at it on YouTube. It's huge, y'all. Y'all gonna be like, man, that's Nineveh? Y'all gonna be like, wow. It's really, really a big place. Verse 4. On the day Jonah entered the city, he shouted to the crowds, 40 days from now, Nineveh will be destroyed. Notice what he did, y'all. He was so bold this time. Remember when he heard from God the first time? He jumped on the boat and he left. And he
Yeah.
tried to run. But this time they said he shouted. He shouted.
He was bold.
Mm-mm.
He like, man, he like, man, it's real, y'all. It's real,
But
y'all.
but
Go
Terrell,
ahead.
you notice God put him in the well,
Uh-huh.
let him come out, and he still had to go do what God said do.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That goes to and confirm that hey, whatever your assignment is, you will do your
Gonna
assignment.
do it. Yep.
You're gonna do your assignment. Like he's gonna, hey, you gotta do this. Hey, this what it is. Hey, ain't no running. This what it is. Either you gonna do it or you gonna die doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Which one? You started praising me a few minutes, when you was down there in hell, it wasn't cool. It's like, but he said, you know what? I got you, Jonah. You know what? I still love you, son. You still got an opportunity to go do it. You're still gonna do it. So we are always on assignment, yo. Always on the rather what that be. And the difference is with Jonah, God spoke to him. It's different when when daddy speak, when he talk to you over that versus you don't hear him talking. That's a little bit different. You can't run from him when he talking.
Mm-mm.
Verse
Mm-mm.
5. The people of Nineveh believed God's message, and from the greatest to the least, they declared a fast and put on burlap to show their sorrow. Lord, y'all, them people were scared. Them people were scared. They heard that. I'm gonna read it in King James. It says, so the people of Nineveh believed God and proclaimed a flat fast and put on sackcloth from the greatest of them, even to the least of them. Y'all, fasting is so important in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
Fasting changes so many things, y'all. So
Mm-hmm.
many aspects like fasting, prayer. 2 key things we see: fasting, like you say, hey, these people fasting, right? And what's in the story as we read it, you're gonna see that God spares the city. But also we see what Jonah did. He praised God and things changed. From them fasting, it's gonna change. Also, when Jonah praised God in the belly, in hell, at when the worst of the worst, things change. Prayer, fasting,
Mm-hmm.
and worship changes things. It always changes our situation. You want to see God act fast, move fast, or go fast? Activate that prayer, worship, and fasting. Blow your mind, blow your top back. You wouldn't know what's going on because
Mm.
you move so fast. Verse 6. When the king of Nineveh heard what Jonah was saying, he stepped down from his throne and took off his royal robes. Even the king, yo. Now, man, now look at how the setup was. They say from the least to the greatest, so the common folks, right? Them people. But then the king heard it, got the message. He said, "Oh no, mm-mm, I'm gonna do it too." Verse 6. When the king of Nineveh heard what Jonah was saying, he stepped down from his throne and took off his royal robe. He dressed himself in burlap and sat on a heap of ashes. Verse 7. Then the king and his nobles sent this decree throughout the city: no one, not even the animals from your herds and flocks, may eat or drink anything at all. Man, that man said, boy, I don't even want the animals to eat.
Everybody go fast.
Mm.
Everybody's fasting, y'all. Look at the depthness and the seriousness of it. He said, everybody, the animal, nobody ain't eating or drinking nothing. Ain't doing that. They was that serious
Hmm.
about God. You know what I'm saying? But they said it was gonna get destroyed. That dude, John went in the middle of it. He said, bro, y'all said it about to get destroyed. 40 days. You out of here. Most people would question that. Most people would question that, but nah, they was like, okay. You gonna listen?
Cause look, you think about it today. Let somebody come walking around saying that. People gonna look at him and say,
Oh
"Man, that nigga done
yeah.
lost his mind. Man,
Oh
this is crazy.
yeah.
Lock that fool up."
Oh yeah. You go tell somebody that. They
Mm-hmm.
not gonna believe that. They really gonna look at they're gonna persecute you. They're
Yep,
gonna
they sure
laugh and mock
will.
you, persecute you, and you're
Yep,
gonna be like, wow, wow.
yep.
But you did your point. But y'all are so absolutely right. Verse 8. People and oh man, that's so funny. Y'all say verse 8. People and animals alike must wear garments of mourning, and
Mm.
everyone must pray earnestly to God. They must turn from their evil ways and stop all their violence. The key part of this: turn from your evil ways.
Hmm.
Evil man, we could be evil, y'all, and they don't even look like we evil. We don't think we evil.
But
We could
you
feel like,
know, if you ever paid attention, if you truly believe in God and if you're around evil, you see it.
some people do. Some people have that gift.
You see it. You can feel it. You gonna get a sign. Cause I
Yeah,
done been in those situations where I literally looked into the eye of evil, and all I could do is just look at him and say, "Lord, have mercy."
yeah, yeah, yeah. And that evil be spirits amongst people, that invited people and take
Mm-hmm.
over. It just takes over. You're right. You're absolutely right. But sometimes people, like this thing of being passive now, like everybody's so bad. I ain't really that bad. No, it's bad. It's
Mm-hmm.
bad.
Mm-hmm.
Things are bad.
Mm-hmm.
No, things are bad. It's not good. Even if you're deceiving and how you look, no, it's not good. Verse 9. Who can tell? Perhaps even your God will. Hold on, let me start over here. We're NLT, verse 9. Who can tell? Perhaps even your God will change his mind and hold back his fierce anger from destroying us. You see what they said? They say hold back his fierce anger. Reason why? Because they praying to God. They praying. They like, man, Lord, we reaching out to you, man. Like, please turn away. What you gonna do that? And they
Mm.
listen. And that goes to show you right that God hears your cry. He hears our
Mm-hmm.
prayer, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Even when we think that, hey, it's not being answered, right? Or it appears that things aren't being answered. Things changes. He is. We can't just let it go on the way that we think it should go. Literally give it up to him, Like this book here, like this shows me like a reflection of the book of John. So look with Christ. That's what I get from all of it. Verse 10. Now look what happened. When God saw what they had done and how they had put a stop to their evil ways, he changed his mind and which is repentant and did not carry out the destruction he had threatened. And I'm gonna read it in the King James version. I said, verse 10. And God saw their works, that they turned from their evil ways, and God repented of their evil, that he had said that he would do it with them, and he did it not. And so what repentance means is a change of mind. And look at that, yo. Look at how God answered questions. He answered. See? He said you seek and you shall find.
Mm-hmm.
Knock and the Christ said, knock and the door should be open, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's literally what it is, y'all. And God he's shown the constant pattern. Hey, if you do that, I will respond. I will
Yeah.
respond. I can't change my mind.
Yeah.
I can't change my mind. And which he already know what was gonna happen, before it happened, but he knows, and God he can alternate. Some
Mm.
people think God can't alternate or switch change his mind. He can. He can. He's that sovereign. Verse 4. We're gonna read chapter 4. It's only a few more verses. 11 verses, and that's it, y'all. We're gonna be on to the next book. Man, see how short this book is? But it's so
Mm-hmm.
powerful. Jonah, chapter 4. Jonah's angry at the Lord's mercy.
Mm.
Look at Jonah, y'all. But look at so Jonah still got some things to work on. You know how we get we got to work on one area, and we still got some more areas to work on. It's always
Mm-hmm.
nonstop, y'all. It's always more to
Mm-hmm.
improve on. It's always more to improve on, y'all.
Yeah.
It never stop rolling. Chapter verse 1. Jonah angers at the Lord's mercy. 1. This change of plans greatly upset Jonah, and he became very angry. Jonah got mad because God didn't destroy the city,
But remember, in the first book, that's why Jonah fled, because he was
y'all.
afraid that God would change his mind. And he didn't want to go tell him nothing. He wanted it to happen.
What are you saying in chapter 1?
Yeah.
Well, let
In
me
the
go back.
beginning, when God told Jonah to go to that city.
So wait, what you saying, man? What are you saying? What's up, Easy?
Jonah got
Mm.
mad because Jesus changed his mind. God changed his mind. That was the reason Jonah didn't want to do it. Because he said in the first book that he flee God because he didn't want to go tell them people that. He didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
Because he was afraid of God changing his mind.
Hold up, y'all. Easy. Yeah. They can't help you. So, all right. So I'm back, yo. So yeah. So you're right. Jonah didn't want to tell him that.
Right.
And I think Jonah didn't. Why y'all think Jonah didn't go on the first book and tell him, "Hey, say, bro, y'all get it together." I think because he was scared because he didn't want to tell the king. That city was so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
People had. He said the city was so big. They
Know
had.
why so many people are assigned to do things by God, but they don't? And the first thing they say is not their business. If He put you in that line, it's your
Ooh,
business. People
ooh,
see
ooh,
things happening saying that it's not their business. Watch somebody do something wrong, don't speak up. It's just how the world goes. It's
ooh.
easier. It's
Yeah.
easier not to mind. It's easier not to do.
Oh man, man,
The
man, man. But
easiest thing in the world to do is just give up. That's why you bought a ticket and got on the boat. That's the
yeah,
easiest thing in the world to do.
that's powerful right there, T. But also this, you know what's the caveat to that? We see that when he did that, right? What makes this situation different is that God told him, "Hey, Jonah, you're going to do this, right?" And
Mm-hmm.
hmm
he still ended up doing it. It's
Because
like,
when
Yeah.
God assign you to something, Terrell, whether you know it or not, it's going to get done.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You can't run from your own witness. You
Mm-mm.
can't,
You ain't
you
gotta
can't
run.
run.
Sometimes you
You,
just throw your hand up and say, "All right, I know it's you." Like,
yeah. You can't box with God, like old Blake
mm-mm.
said. You can't. Your arm too short to box with him because he gonna win every time.
I ain't
He
gonna
gonna
try, y'all, for real. I'm just gonna let him have his way. Because he gonna
yeah,
get it anyway.
That's an easy thing to do when it come to God. Not with nobody else, but letting God have His way probably can make your life almost perfect
Girl,
as it
you
can
know it
get.
if
can.
if most people follow that, things our lives would be a little bit unmessy, and not as messy. But most of us don't. That's the issue. We as ourselves, we try to dictate and lead and say, yeah,
Because
we
we
gonna
deal
do it
off
our way.
emotions as humans. We truly believe we get so personal. Everything happened to us. Everything don't happen to you. Sometimes what you're assigned to do, or sometimes what go on with you, have nothing to do with you. You just
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
mix.
And we saw that on the boat. We saw that on the boat with Jonah.
That's where
And
Yeah.
that's
we
Oh,
where
saw
this
it
that
was
on
come
the
in.
boat.
about to go. Yes, the storm was bad. And only because he was present.
Yeah,
Only because he was present.
yeah. That ain't have nothing to do with them. Nothing to do with them. And they
That
they
goes
Yeah.
back to
they
guilty by association.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But them people ain't even invite him on there. Why you even came this way?
Well, look, he paid for it.
Yeah.
he
That's
he
the
bought that
thing.
ticket. That's what happened, yo. Man, that's good. That's so good. I'm glad y'all speaking on that. All right, so let's look at Jonah, chapter 4, verse 1. This change of plans greatly upset Jonah, and he became very angry. Very angry. So he complained to the Lord about it. Didn't I say before I left home that you would do this, Lord? That is why I ran to tarnish. I know that you are a merciful, compassionate God, slow to get angry and filled with unfailing love.
Hmm.
You are eager to turn back from destroying people. Just kill me now, Lord. I'd rather be
Mm,
dead than alive.
Hmm.
For what I predicted would not happen. So look at this. Look at Jonah feeling himself. You know what that's like? You know what that sounds like?
A
That sounds
child
like,
disrespecting their mom
oh
and
my
getting
God.
beat
Oh my
and
God.
getting
Oh my
beat
God.
because
There
you
you go.
think that's okay.
Oh
Oh
my
yeah.
God. There you go. Yo, we probably all done did that, telling our parent, oh, yeah, I knew you was gonna do the this and that, blah, 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 X, Y, and Z.
Oh.
All right, that's what we doing.
That's what
Okay.
we at.
Hmm.
You're right.
Oh, yeah.
You're right. I was gonna do that. And there's a reason why I
Mhm.
did it. So,
And
you
so
know, not
since you know it, I'm gonna do it for real, not because you know it.
Yes.
So you knew I was gonna do it, and you still defied me. Okay.
That's what we gonna do.
yeah,
mm.
yeah, that's literally what he's
Don't talk to God
telling
like
us.
that.
Yeah. Oh man, he was bold. He was,
Yeah.
but Miss Marilyn, look at where his boldness
Mm,
came from. They say he was angry. He was he was mad. And look at that. And when you get mad, you get a spirit of
So I have a
evilness.
question. Nobody on the phone ever been mad with God?
for
Oh,
what? No,
Oh, okay.
mm, mm.
no,
That's good.
no.
That's
You know
really
what?
You know
good.
what? I have. When my dad
I'm
passed
about to
away,
say, Yogi,
I
I
was,
was when Big Show
yeah, I was
passed
getting ready to
away.
say,
I was
I
about to say
had
I
too.
could not tell you I wasn't. Not
Yeah, I
that
was
I thought I
going
can go talk to him any kind of way, but it was almost like because I believe in God. I always have wholeheartedly, always rode on God coattail me. That's who I am. But I was like, dang, what's going on now? Like
Mm,
serious? And I
mm.
was
Mhm.
saying, come on, God, like
But
whatever. So I
but
know
what
I
I look
was.
at it,
Now
I
you.
look at it like this: God give it and God take it away.
Yeah,
Blessed
Yes,
be
yeah,
the
but you
name
have
of the.
to, yeah, but you have
I
to get
mean,
to that point. You have to literally get to that space. Today, I can tell you that I believe God chose my husband. I will tell anybody that. That is my story. But I had to get there.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's a
And
Well,
process. It just did not happen overnight for me.
and so that
well,
so that so that
I won't say that. I was mad with God. I was disappointed.
mm,
It's always something.
Yeah,
You
I was
question
very
something.
disappointed.
mm. So I would say this. And so that goes and we would think rightfully so, right? For thinking like, hey,
Right.
why you took my husband, my daddy, my wife, whatever, my TT, whoever, right? And very important person to us. And I like to always say that goes back to what I was saying earlier, that us as people, we could be selfish, i.e.,
right,
a good
Ooh.
a good
right,
example is this. You
right.
mean to tell me that you want this person to stay or let's say if they're sick or when they're experiencing hardship, whatever it may be.
Terrell, can I say something to you?
Go ahead. What you got, AT?
The doctor told me I was selfish when I told Cyril, you
Mm,
just fight. I don't even care if you be paralyzed. Just come
look at
on.
that.
And that
Look at
man
that.
told me you are a selfish woman to tell him to fight to be paralyzed.
Yeah.
So you would have to take care of him.
Yeah.
That ain't fair.
Yeah.
That's when things started making sense because
Yeah.
I realized I made it totally about me.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
that's the thing.
And that's where Christ come into effect at.
Oh yeah. Oh
That
yeah.
that's where Christ comes into effect at. Is that hey, let me what's up, Cole? What's up, brother Cole? Oh, we got brother Cole on here. Brother Cole.
Hey, Corey.
So when we make it about us, right? When we
Mhm.
make it like you said, in a situation like that, Uncle Sari, hey, you want him, hey, this fight, just come or not. We are turning it so selfishness, right? Don't then Christ say, hey,
Yep.
don't be selfish. We do the
Right.
things that's against
That's how I felt. Like, why wouldn't I want him to be here? Why wouldn't I be selfish? Why, but I mean, as time permits, you
hmm
realize that, it's a process.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah. Yeah.
process and it don't clear up overnight. I'm gonna tell y'all that. But you get it. You get it. Especially if
Yeah,
you talk to God enough. If you
it
talk to
be hard.
God enough, yeah,
It
you
be
can get
hard.
it.
It be hard though because like when Mama passed, I was like, Lord, I can't believe you leaving me here to deal with her children. Those her children. Now I got to be Mama and big sister. Oh, I was furious. Yeah, I was furious.
So,
That's
so let
funny
me,
right there.
all right, so let me pull up this Bible verse for y'all can read this. Philippians 2 and 3 and 4. I read it. Do nothing from selfish ambitions or conceit, but in
Oh
humility
Lord.
count others more significant than yourselves.
Hmm.
Let each of
Yep.
you look not only to his own interest, but also to the interests of others. So in matters like that,
Yes.
so
Yeah,
we not
because
even
you
look.
have to get there. You have to
Yeah,
literally consider
yeah,
the next person. You
yeah.
have to, but you have to be strong enough to consider somebody else and put yourself second. That's a
And so that,
hard thing to do, but it can be done.
and that's why you input. It's like a little board, like a little game, like a chess piece. That's when you put. Oh, this is where I need Christ at. Hey, what is word at? What is Bible scriptures at? What
Right.
what you saying, Christ? What you saying about this? This is what I need this at. Because if I don't put you right here, man, I'm gonna be out of pocket. Woo. I'm gonna be out of pocket. I'm gonna, experience like what you say you experience, ain't. Hey, man, me being that way or whatnot. And so you learn,
Mm.
and so it's like, man, we learn and me only learn that, like you said, through time, experience, and study.
Experiences, yes, through
That's the
experience.
only way. But gracefully, he shows you, and he's patient with us.
And then not
It's
only that, he shows you gracefully, Terrell. He shows you in a
yeah,
way where you can totally understand why things are why they are. It's up to you. Now, some of us perceive things so differently. And I mean, that's because we're human, but it's a lot of times when you talk to God or you sit alone. Like sometimes, like you ever look at the sky? I don't know if y'all ever look at the
yeah,
sky,
yeah,
and sometimes you see something in the sky like you
yeah,
see some me and Lucille used to always ride in a car. And I used to say, what you see? One day we saw like a man holding a baby. And he was like, you think that's my daddy holding me? Like stuff like that.
yeah, yeah,
So it starts to happen when you gotta find a positive in this. You have to. Because if you don't, then you the only one gonna live like this.
yeah,
You
yeah.
got to find some positive, baby.
You are right. You are absolutely right. And that goes to like that goes back to saying, hey, take self out of it. What would
Yep.
Christ?
Takes
What
a
would and when you look at a situation like that, and it could be tough, you be like, what would Jesus say in this matter? How would he deal with it? What did he say about matters
and
like that?
every
Because he
time you
spoke
ask
on
yourself
everything.
that, you always gotta give yourself. You know that? Because you know
But
he will give himself. God will give himself.
and seeing that's the problem with us. We ain't giving ourselves. We don't want
I
to
know
give.
we. I know
We don't
we.
want to give. We don't want to give. We don't give.
Yeah.
Um, Kobe and
You know,
Jonah, and we read in chapter 4.
there's a part in the Bible, I don't know where, when it says, people think they get all their blessings by helping the people they love. That's not the truth. Oh my God. You got to
Yeah,
like go
that's another thing.
beyond that. Yes. Because that's the thing. You gotta go beyond that. That's why it's always be good to people, strangers,
Yeah,
whomever. Sometimes it's good to have a good personality toward people. You don't know what you bring to somebody who, because you don't know mentally what people going through.
yeah, yeah,
You can
yeah.
literally save somebody's life just by being in a positive space.
You can, you
Mhm.
can, and that happens a whole lot. Cool. Me and Jonah, chapter 4, and I'm at verse 1. That's where we at. You got your mic off too, if you didn't know. But I'll start reading. I read one, but we gonna continue to read. But there's only 10 verses. What 10 verses? Yeah, and what 11? That's it.
11.
Yeah, 11.
It's
And we'll be
11.
wrapping this up. All right. So, but it's so important. I want that to marinate. You have a good one, man. It's so important for us. Jonah 4 and verse 1. This change of plans greatly upset Jonah, and he became very angry. So he complained to the Lord about it. Notice, and like he complained about it. He around here talking, man, this and that, blah blah blah, whoop de whoop. And he said, man, didn't I say before I left home you would do this, Lord? Didn't I say that? That is why I ran away from tarnish. I knew you are a merciful and compassionate God, slow to get angry and filled with unfailing love.
Hmm.
You are eager to turn back from destroying people. Even that right there, y'all, on verse 2 right there, it's showing the character of God. He's telling you, man, look, I'm filled with love, unfailing love, compassionate, slow to get angry, and to change my mind. He do that with us.
Yeah,
I mean,
indeed.
he does that with us so much. Three, just kill me now, Lord. That's like saying, just do it. It don't matter. Forget it.
Just kill me now.
It don't matter. Just kill me now, Lord.
It's
I'd rather
awesome.
be dead than alive. That's what
Mm.
I predicted would not happen. Four, but watch this. Watch how, man, watch how God, watch amazing how God puts you in your place. Watch this. The Lord replied, is it right for you to be this angry about this?
This ain't even on you.
Five.
Ain't your part.
Then Jonah went out to the east side of the city and made a shelter to sit as he waited to see what would happen to the city. Mind you, God asked him that question. Is it right for you to be angry about this? Look at this. Look at God. Look what God does. Verse 6. And the Lord God arranged for a leafy plant to grow out and grow there. And soon it spread its broad leaves over Jonah's head, shading him from the sun. So he outside in the heat, y'all. That boy get a little coolness, right? This eased his
Wow.
discomfort, and Jonah was very grateful from the plant. Look at that, y'all. I don't
Mm.
even think Jonah seen the setup. This eased his discomfort, and Jonah was very grateful for the plant. Seven. But God also arranged for a worm. The next morning at dawn, the worm ate through the stem of the plant so that it withered away. Not eight. And as the sun grew hot, God arranged for a scorching east wind to blow on Jonah. The sun,
Ooh.
the sun beat down on his head until he grew faint and wished to die. That is certainly better than living like this, he exclaimed. Verse 9. Then God said to Jonah, is it right for you to be angry because the plant died? Man, y'all look at what God doing. He said, 9. Then God said to Jonah, is it right for you to be angry because the plant died? Mind you, what he asked Jonah earlier. He said, is it right for you to be angry about this? Because I saved them people? I ain't kill them? Then he asked him two questions. Is it right for you to be angry because the plant died? Look what Jonah said, y'all. Yes, Jonah retorted, even angry enough to die.
Yeah.
So Jonah felt like he right in this matter. You see how they see where that goes? We feel like we
Because
right.
when you,
We,
yeah, because when you feel like you're right, it's your emotions. And then the world we live in today, you know, back in the day, Terrell, we used to have right and wrong. Right now, today, there's so many gray areas.
but it's
We,
not. But it's
but
not.
the
That's
world, I know, listen, it's not, but the world has created so many gray areas. Like, at one point, you knew what was right and wrong. Like they have
yeah.
things that people do today that they'll say, well, then that's just me. Well, what you doing? But I mean, like, and I'm also, I guess, coming to a place where how do I know if it's wrong? For me, it would have been wrong. How I grew up, it would have been wrong. But it's not wrong for people today. Just you have to face your own God. That's all I tell everybody. You have to face your time with God. You
And
figure it
so
out when it's your turn.
and so this is the thing. So you're right, right? So people are saying things like that, right? But how you fix that and get and see God's point of view versus our own point of view, you just start reading the word. Like we saying right here. God just asked them two questions. Jonah said, hey, I think I got a right to be wrong. I mean, I think I have a right to be
Right
angry
to be
about this.
mad. Right.
I have a right to do this. Because I said I predicted this and you did exactly what I was gonna say. You ain't kill a city or whatnot, and then you went on ahead. You gave me a plant. You gave me a little coolness. Then you took it away from me, and it's bad. It's man. It's so bad. The man that wind was scorching me hit me so bad, Lord, I won't die. you know. So Jonah had an anger problem, and Cope, we was talking about anger this morning. That's funny. That's so funny, Cope. We was talking about anger, but look at 10.
Hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Cole. You talking? If you talking, I can't hear you.
Shit,
All
I
right,
was
well,
messing. Uh,
all right, there you go. There you go. I can hear you. We can hear you now. So verse 10. Then the Lord said, you feel sorry about the plant, though you did nothing to put it there. It
Hmm.
came quickly and died. 11. But Nineveh has more than 120,000 people living in spiritual darkness, not to mention
Mm.
all the animals. Should I feel sorry for such a great city? So God's saying, wait, you mean to tell me that You think I shouldn't save these people? And they spiritually blinded? They spiritually blinded. I shouldn't
That's
save them
another.
and
And
they
see,
spiritually
that's the
blind.
thing. Sometimes God save you from things you have no idea from. You don't even know. You're not even
Yeah,
aware because
yeah,
He's God. That's why I say a lot of times when you have favor on your life, it's only because God knows, whether you know it or not. Stop thinking you're so powerful that you can do so much for yourself. You can't. Not in this
yeah,
world.
yeah. You're gonna find yourself falling down and being
I'll
humble,
tell
getting full of
anybody I
pride.
believe in miracles because I'm one.
Yeah,
Oh, period.
yeah. Let me read 10 and 11 again. I'm gonna read from the King James because I'm trying to make sure that this land how I need to land. Then said the Lord, and I'm reading from the King James. Then said the Lord, Thou hast had pity on a gourd, for which thou hast not labored, neither madest grow. Talking about the plant, which
Mm-hmm.
came up in the night and perished in the night. And should I not spare Nineveh, that great city, wherein are more than 60,000, 120,000, that cannot discern between their right and their left hand,
Mm.
Mm.
and also much cattle. You mean to tell me I shouldn't save them? And these people need help?
Mm.
That's what he's telling him. He's talking about this
Mhm.
killing. These people need help. And what they did, key point, they repented, they changed their ways.
So I got a question. Do you think Jonah was being selfish?
He was angry.
Mm.
He was angry because he was like, look, this what happened. This what you said. It needs to happen. He didn't have no forgiveness in it. You know, that's why
Mm-hmm.
he didn't have no forgiveness. He wanted it to happen. Mind you, say he
Okay.
been on the outside of the city and he said that he was waiting. He was like, man, but he professed it boldly. He like, Lord, man, look, man, I'm gonna do it. He got up out that fish. Imagine this. So Jonah, look at the place. Jonah went on there. God told him what to do. Jonah, he just said, man, I knew you wasn't gonna do it, God. So that's why I went on there and I ran. I ran the torrent. God said, all
Yeah,
right,
because you
bet.
know the kind of God He is. He not that kind of God. He ain't gonna destroy you. Make
So
you pay
and
for your mistakes and keep moving. Go ahead.
and it's showing Jonah. So he said, man, yeah, I ran, Lord. I dipped. Then God said, all right, cool. I'm gonna put you in the fish. Bam, I bring you down to the pits of hell. Bam, I bring you down there. You get back up, boy, you get scared, you give me praise and all that. You change your mind, you repent it. You give him praise, and then all of a sudden, now I say, hey, go do what I told you to do. Go do the mission, go let him know. He go do it. And he boldly did it. Now look, y'all, he's affected. He know where he was at. He like, man, I'm gonna do what God told me to do. He going ahead, he gonna do that. And that's what as he do now he's excited. Because mind you, they say it was a great city. It took 3 days to walk around, right? He went
Mm-hmm.
in the middle of the city. And yeah, man, look, 40 days for y'all gonna turn y'all ways. Bam, the city gonna be gone. He did it. God told him to do it. He did his part. Now he wait, God, let it happen. What the people do? People like, oh Lord, boy, we about to fast. We about to fast. Us and the animals. All of us about to fast. Nobody ain't eating and drinking that around here. Oh no. Lord, please don't go on ahead and mess with our great city. Or whatnot. And they asked that. And so after that, that's when Jonah just waiting, right? But Jonah not thinking about them. He's not thinking about them. That
Mm.
they could change their ways. Like that's it's like they could change their ways and be delivered from something. He's not thinking about that. He want to see them be held accountable for their actions.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he want to see. And he was and he
Mm-hmm.
was he was more angry at that God took the plant away, the little plant that covered them when it was hot, than the people lives. Then God destroyed the people. He was more mad at that. If you look at the verse, it say, man, what is it? Let me say, 8. Say, and as the sun grew hot, God arranged for the scorching east wind to blow on Jonah. Then the sun beat down on his head until he grew faint and wished to die. And look at what he said. It's in quotation. Death is certainly better than living like this.
Hmm.
He worrying
Mm.
about himself. He's not worrying about them people. He's worrying selfishness.
That's what I
Selfishness.
said. That's what I said. He was being selfish.
Yeah. Now you're absolutely right. Absolutely right about that. Yeah.
Crazy. But
Absolutely.
it just goes to show you how our life really reflect everything that's going on in the Bible.
Yeah. And no. It
Yeah.
does, y'all. It really does. No shortcuts, no whammies. It's us. It's pointing to us. It's pointing
So
to us.
this has been replayed and replayed since the beginning of time.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
now I get why this is nothing new under the sun.
yeah, yeah.
Bam.
Yep, yep. That is it, y'all.
Wow. Yeah, wow.
Well, something that was quick, y'all. That's the book of Jonah. For anybody who just came a little late, it's only 4 chapters, so we read 1 through 4, and we'll get on to the next book on Thursday or whatnot. And so, I'll let y'all know by Wednesday what it's gonna be. We just gotta pray on and see what God says.
All
So
right.
if that wraps us up for the night, y'all. If nobody don't have nothing to say, I'll lead us out in prayer and we get it on and going for Thursday, y'all.
Sound like a plan.
All right, I'll lead us out in prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, we thank you for this day. Again, we thank you for this time of fellowship and read your word, understand your word, and let it minister to our spirit. I ask that you continue to protect us for the rest of this week, our family, our friends, our co-workers, and just be with us. Be a hedge of protection around us, Heavenly Father, and just work on things that you see inside of us that's not good, and show it to us. I ask that you show it to us and help us in matters where we need help at areas in our lives, so we can be more disciplined and more faithful to you and following you, Father God. For we're not perfect, but you are perfect and you love us. You love us enough to show us ourselves, our truth, and how you feel about matters. But also continue to protect us. In Jesus' name, amen.
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 All
Man.
right, y'all. Well, that's about it, gang. We gonna get this on again. Thursday.
That was
Y'all see,
deep.
y'all see,
That was
y'all see.
deep. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We man,
That was good.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We a trip. We something else, y'all. We a working piece. We a working project. You know, when you look at
Yeah.
it that way, you like, bro, we bad, bro. We are
Yeah.
bad. Dude, like I see
Mhm.
what he's like. You know what? We deserve some of the stuff we get, y'all. Cause, bro, but he love us so much that
Yeah.
we like, bro, we are something else. So
Just some rebellious children. And he knew it. He knew it when he made us. We was gonna be
yeah.
rebellious. That's why he said, I'm gonna work on all my children.
And so I'm like, yeah, yeah, and that's the thing. It's like that's why Christ is so important, y'all. Even with all
Mhm.
this, we do all the like. That's why I feel like, man, thank you, Jesus, for what you did. 'Cause when
Mm-hmm.
we look at it and see what he did, we like, he literally took the lick for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
He
He took
did.
the lick for all of us, y'all. And I'm like, I'm cool with that. I'm like, thank you,
Right, you
Christ.
say you're cool with that. Good.
I'm like, I'm like, I'm like,
Wow.
thank you. I'm like, man, thank you, Christ, for that. So but that shows it shows us. You know, that's
Right.
what it does. Because we can relate to it. We see it, we're like, man, that's me. Oh, I know somebody this and that. Like I see myself in the word all the time. Like, oh my God. Like
Well, I
so
see a lot of me. Look, Terrell, I
Yeah.
see a lot of me, the good Yolanda, the evil Yolanda, the all right Yolanda. I'm like, dang, God, you reading me for real.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah. So it's so
when
but
people do something wrong, first thing we want is revenge. We don't want to
oh, we
forgive.
gotta snap back. Oh, what you mean
Yeah.
don't get them back? I
Yeah.
gotta get you, bro. I got to get you.
He didn't. He couldn't. God forgave, but he couldn't forgive these people. And I was like, "Woo, you talking to God like that? Golly,
Yeah, yeah,
woo,
yeah. He
uh,
couldn't forgive.
mm-mm.
He couldn't forgive y'all. So um that's man, it's deep. It's
Yeah,
deep. And
very
this the
deep.
thing. This the caveat. God uses someone like that. God can use anyone. You see how the thing Jonah still was struggling with?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't want to forgive him. And God still used him. That goes to show you,
Mm-hmm.
like he said, God, you so merciful. He
Yes.
prophesied about his own self. God, you so merciful. Yeah, he being merciful to you, John, because you don't want forgiveness. Boy, I didn't look. I didn't put you in the fish. I didn't brought you to hell and everything.
Mhm.
Brought you back up, and you still felt that. That ain't enough, Jonah.
You know what's crazy? Like, okay, I'm gonna use me and you, Terrell. Like, okay, I'm praying to God and I'm doing everything I can, and I'm building my relationship with God. And so here you come and you with me, and every time you do something wrong to me, something happen to you.
Mm.
And
Mhm.
I'll be telling you, you better stop playing with me. You don't see what's going on.
Yeah.
Every time you do me dirty, God get you.
Oh man,
Mhm.
he put
But you
he.
still be persistent about it, and things just get worse and worse
Mhm.
and worse for you, and you still
Mhm.
don't see it. What do you do in a situation like that?
So
You
so
keep
you,
doing what you're doing and let that person keep suffering.
yeah, that's all on
Mhm.
them.
No,
God is
indeed. Don't listen. Don't go to trying to save a person that don't want to be saved. You talk, you pray for that person. And when you're alone, you pray and hope that person get it. You pray to God that person get it. But other than that, girl, you're not
so
God.
so man, let me make sure that I'm right for what you're saying. So you're saying is when somebody's someone else's,
Wronging you,
yeah, you
wronging
so
her.
let me give you an example of that. Let me give a testimony on that. So when I was in the army, right? And
Mm-hmm.
uh, I messed up my leg. And so I used to work, I was a mechanic, so it's like a shop that we work in, like a big, right? And so I couldn't work in there because of my foot. You gotta wear steel toe boots. Couldn't wear the boots. I'm wearing Cortez, thinking I'm
Mm-hmm.
fresh. But anyway, so so they had the sergeant, right? For whatever I read, and I was a cool cat. Everybody like Mitch or whatever. Cool. And I was a little older, but anyway. So everybody, every time he would see me, he would like just pick with me, right? Always
Mm-hmm.
saying something, doing something. He like, you got a appointment today, X, Y, and Z. Cause I used to go to therapy and all this stuff, right? And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, man, this guy, he's not even my soldier, but why is this guy always bothering me, right?
They have those kind. Go ahead.
So, so I'm like, this guy is always bothering me, right? So I'm finding myself, I'm like, I can't. Well, he's a soldier, he's above me, right? And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I can't really do nothing to him. I don't outrank him. So I'm like, how do I let deal with this matter? So what I did, I literally went in prayer. And I was like, Lord, I said, hey, this
It
is going
was
on.
real.
I went, I said, God, this is, I said, it's affecting me. Well, it's literally affecting me. And I laid it out in prayer. Man, kid you, y'all, it's gonna blow your mind. And actually, he actually passed away. God rest his soul. But man, I left it in prayer and I gave it to God, let it go. Bam, that's it, right? And so I'm like, I'm waiting on result. I want to see what I'm like, no, how you gonna have it? Because if I want to
That's
do,
too
I
sad. That's how we are, though. That's how we are. That's sad.
so
But Terrell, that's
so
not good. But go ahead.
so I'm like, man, because I got the cane. I want to go upside the head with the cane. Me. Right? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait. I gotta wait and see. And so, kid it, kid you not, yo. You know how God said he will make an enemy a footstool for y'all?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Man, literally like maybe I forgot the time frame or not. But as I'm doing gate duty or not, so I was able to sit at the gate. I wasn't doing nothing, sitting in the church, to let people come in and out.
Mm.
This man came up to me and said, hey Mitch, if you ever need anything, you let me know what you need. I got
Yeah.
I
Mm.
got
Because
I
God
got
played on his heart. That's all
yeah.
that was, baby.
So but in the midst of that, how with that, what I'm saying man, is that I went on ahead and I gave it to God. I literally gave it to him. Like he said, oh, like he said, he's the vindicator, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't take matters into my own hand at all. I
Mm-hmm.
literally gave it to him. I mean, the whole thing. I didn't give 80%, 90. I let it go. Prayed on it, gave it to him, let it go. This
Mhm.
man came to me, this man who did not like me at all, didn't like nothing about me. I ain't like him either over that.
Let's
But
be clear.
I ain't, I ain't never doing nothing. But he really didn't like me. He was out for me. He came to me and said, hey, whatever you need, I'll be able to do it for you. It don't matter what it is. As
Mm.
if he was my best friend. Giving it to I sat back, I was like, whoa. I'm like, God, you work that
I
fast?
see it. Yeah.
You know? I'm
Mm.
like, whoa. I'm like, oh my gosh. So, but that's trusting God. Trusting in him is way better
Yes, than
than
trusting
our
in
way.
yourself or trying to do it yourself or trying to,
Yeah.
and then sometime God put you in front of people that, like I always say this saying, you gonna have to be comfortable from not getting I'm sorry from a person that's not even sorry. You're gonna have to
Oh
be
yeah.
comfortable with that. You're gonna have
But
to be comfortable with somebody doing you wrong and never saying they sorry. You're gonna have to be you go that's it. You're gonna have to accept that.
that goes back to the book of John. We
Yeah.
saw how Christ was. They were saying Christ did all these things and all that stuff, and he didn't do it.
Hmm.
But one thing
Because
that
when
he
a
was,
person think that they right, it's a mental thing. And as long as you think you right, I'm still gonna say people know right from wrong. And I
they,
think people make excuses to make themselves feel like they right. You know what you did wasn't right. But if you gotta tell yourself that, then you gotta and that's my biggest thing right now. You go deal with your I don't want to get your back. I don't want to be mad with you. I don't want to do nothing with you. How you doing? Love you.
so all right. So let me tell y'all what
And
that
it's
is.
genuine.
Cool. Say cool. Cool. I wonder if he
Okay.
could. Remember what we were talking about this morning? You heard what she just said just now about. I don't know if your mic open, but clear enough. But that's giving yourself up to a reprobate mind. So you know
Mm.
how they have it in the Bible say, hey, they believed the lie. They were delusional, and so they believed the lie.
Mm.
And I let them. I'm paraphrasing it, y'all. I just let them believe the lie or
Yeah.
not. And so
Mm.
that's exactly what that is. Giving yourself up to God, giving them up to a reprobate mind, letting them
Mm.
believe that. Oh, you think? Oh, all right, okay, yeah, you think you're right. Okay, I'm gonna let you know. Okay, I'm gonna let you know
Yes.
that you're
Just
right.
go ahead. Let them think they right.
Mhm.
And when you have
And
to
you
deal with
and
whatever
you're
you have
gonna
to deal with, that's yes.
and that course of
Mhm.
what you think is right, which is evil or not, you're gonna run that course and you're gonna bump your head and you're gonna see
Mm.
it for what it is.
Mm.
You're gonna see it for what it is. That's what that is. That's what that is. You can give people up to a reprobate mind. We just were talking about that. Hey, whoever it does or not. And so, but with people, y'all gotta understand also this, and we gonna wrap it up. That when you're dealing with people and they are acting a certain way and doing certain things or whatnot, that be spirits in people. People have different spirits always
Mhm.
around them or whatnot. Especially when you're dealing with somebody who's evil or whatnot, who does a lot of evil, conniving things to people, X, Y, and Z. That'd be different spirits that be embodied in the person. It's not the person, it's the spirit and the person getting them to do it. So you gotta remember Ephesians 6 and 12. Uh, you battle against princes and principalities and powers in high places. Like y'all got, so you got to remember that. So when you see these things, it's not them or not. It's actually, especially when they're doing something that's bad, right? That's evil, right? It's spirits that's inside of them, yo. That's what you're dealing with. You ain't dealing with just the flesh or not. You're not dealing with that. So
Yeah, but sometimes your spirits make you want to knock their head off.
yeah, you do, you do, you do. You do. You literally do, yo. So I just want to leave that with y'all. But we said our prayers, and on Thursday I send a link and we get back at it, y'all. And we're gonna read the next book.
All right. Love you guys.
Oh,
Y'all have a great
oh.
week.
Man, love
Love
y'all.
you
Enjoy.
too.